Imagine this, you return from vacation only to find the pet store that's been watching your 9-year-old son's Tortoise says he is missing.
Not only that, one of the explanations is that he may have been sold by an employee to buy drugs. Jason Colthorpe has a story from Roseville.
Great Lakes Reptiles here in Roseville were actually watching two tortoises for the Crow family, Chip and Dale. Well, now a 9-year-old boy just wants to know what happened to Chip.
They meant a lot to me.
Drew Collette is talking about his two redfoot tortoises that he's had for 2 years since they were hatchlings. Chip is the one with all the personality.
I was really attached to the one that was missing, of course. That's with my luck, honestly. And yeah, I've just been really depressed for the last few days.
His mom, Connie, says she got some pretty wild explanations from an employee at the store that was pet sitting.
They blame it on one of the managers who I guess relapsed on drugs. And she thinks that he sold him for drug money, basically. But it's possible somebody stole him or that he got out. They have no idea what happened to him. He's just gone.
Well, it's not necessarily true. I mean, we don't really know what happened.
That's the owner of Great Lakes Reptiles, Ryan. He also isn't quite sure what happened, but he settled on this.
Somebody came in and stole the tortoise. We have no idea who did it. That's all that happened. I told them I would replace it. That's the best I can do.
He might just be a tortoise to some people, but to us, he was a pet. And it's so hard just not knowing what happened to him.
Just the fact that they could lose a living animal. It's not like animals just go poof into thin air.
It's true. Pets do not just vanish into thin air. Now, I did press the owner on why hasn't he checked his camera footage. He has security cameras in there, as the family has, and he says he's got a newer system, and apparently these cameras didn't catch the theft or the sale or whatever happened here. That employee, by the way, in question is now a former employee. Kimberly?
It's hard to lose a pet, and I tell you, Jason, I've learned something new. I didn't realize a turtle would need to be babysat or turtle sat, whatever it's called. But I'm wondering, has the family gotten any compensation or any sort of reassurance?
They've gotten $250, but Connie says she took it thinking that they didn't really have any other choice. As a 2-year-old tortoise, it's actually worth a lot more now. That's what their initial investment was. And the owner did say many times he feels bad. He would like to make it right by replacing it with a 2-year-old tortoise. He just can't find one yet. So hopefully that happens.
Okay.
Kim?
Let us know how it ends up. Thank you, Jason.